Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and hopefully welcome to a successful live stream. I'm hoping. Now, we've just spent probably a good hour or so trying to get this set up and working. So I do hope that this comes across okay, that we get some people watching the live stream live. Now, the only thing I've just realized is I've not got the chat in a spot that I can read it easily, which was kind of my fault. So if I don't show my face, because I feel like I'm looking at multiple cameras of me. So yes, finally, yes. Jay Tulip, thank you. Timothy, thank you. You guys know who you are. I appreciate. I'm not going to look at the camera because it just makes me conscious that I'm looking at it. And I'll put the chat right in front of me. So if anybody is watching live, please put slow mode on. Yes, I can do that. Let me get to that one. Let's go to that one. That one. Excuse me a second. Slow mode will be on 25 seconds. I think that should be enough to slow a few people down chatting very quickly. So yeah, Gemini, hello. Lacey, hello. So the one thing that's a little bit different with the live stream today is I don't have a way to put up the chat onto the screen, which is what I was doing with another program. So if that's okay with you, I can definitely read the chat. Obviously, if it goes too fast, it's a little bit difficult. But with the slow mode on, it just basically, you can send a new message every 25 seconds, which is, I think by the time you think of what you're typing on the second one, second message, it should be fast enough or slow enough. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining. Again, sorry about the kind of crazy live stream that I did about, I guess it was about an hour ago now. I was trying to do an unlisted test, and for some reason, I'd set it up multiple times, and for some reason, it was public, not as a test. So, John, hello. Good morning. Yeah, morning all. Yeah, so basically, now I've reset my whole desk up here, so now I'm a little bit thrown off because I'm now using a live streaming camera and not the webcam from the computer. I've now set my laptop off to the side. So now I can't see the time here. It's 7:26 p.m. here in Moscow, Russia. If anybody is, obviously, anyone who chats, I can definitely see that you're here. If you want to even just put where you're from, or hello, or how you hear the sound and the video. Now, we're fairly certain that everything's good and set up. So, visual, hello, how's it going? Ikozonich, hello. Timothy, okay, I think I've got through all the hellos who have chatted. Now, obviously, if you're watching and not chatting, that's completely fine. Now, could you please now your new setup? I'm not sure what that is. Could you please now your new setup? Yeah, so the only thing which I can't tweak, which I'm going to work on for the next time, is the latency, which is basically the speed of reading the comments to the how quickly I reply to them. So as quickly as you type them, I can see them and reply back. Can I now show my new setup? Now the problem is I'm now on a stream, and obviously because the camera's set up, what I'll do, if anyone's part of the Traveling with Russell Telegram channel, I'll post a photograph of how this looks, how exactly I'm sitting. I feel weird that I'm not looking at my own camera here, so sorry if I'm looking down at the chat and not looking up at you guys. The camera is slightly above the monitors. Now, the problem is I've got very big monitors here, and I've lowered them right down on the desk as well, so the camera, it's slightly above eye level, which is a little bit not what I like. But yeah, if anyone can chat in English, it is helpful for me to read it. Very smooth video. Yes, it's a little bit dark, and you are wearing a dark top. Yes, that's the problem. It does kind of blend a little bit too much. So 25, 27 viewers. I guess not doing a schedule of the live stream hasn't helped. So people have obviously who have not got their YouTube open. I did share it into the channel. So yeah, so it did get shared a little bit. But if people join, I just want to thank whoever is. So by the way, I do have some different ways to donate to the channel if you want to help the channel make it more successful. Obviously, a lot of people contributed to helping to get the camera. Essentially, any money that comes in donations doesn't go in my wife's pocket. She doesn't go shopping with it or anything like that. It goes back to buying new equipment. So the thing like the camera, the microphones, the wireless mics that I use. And then when I'm now going to basically at some point replace my phone with another camera, I do have donation alerts set up. I do actually have that page open on another screen. So as soon as possibly someone does a donation alert, it shows up instantly here. Not on the screen of the live stream, though. That's going to have to be another setting that I'm going to have to play with to get that working. So, yeah, so 10 to 20 seconds delay. The lag is approximately 15 seconds. Yeah, that's down to a setting called stream latency. And I've never realized that until today, that there was that much of a physical delay between reading comments and replying to them. Please send notifications that you've started the stream. Yeah, so that's really down to the notification bell if you've got that clicked on your channel subscription. Obviously, if people are part of the Telegram group, it's obviously a little bit easier. This one was not more than 10 or 15 minutes difference between going live and having people watch it. So you have the camera. What next for your collecting? I'm planning to... I did actually do a poll on the stream before about getting either a phone or either a phone or a GoPro. Now, the problem with getting a GoPro is they're amazing. I like them. They don't have very good quality low light settings. So they're obviously based on bright, sunny, going to the beach, swimming, skiing, jumping out of airplanes kind of stuff. But, doing things like at night or where I'm going to go walk in Moscow where I'll do the Christmas markets, it'd probably be as amazing for that. So getting a Samsung S22, which is what I've wanted for quite a long time, that would be kind of the next progressive step of that, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Actually, we were just before doing this live stream, I was doing the test with Jay's husband, and we talked about the light setup that I've got here, that I need to have two lights. So I'm not sure if my wife will really like the kitchen turning into a TV studio. That's probably the biggest thing. Yeah, I just want to sorry, there was somebody that did do a donation alert while we did the other stream. I'm not sure if they kind of either were watching another video and they saw it from the description, but actually they put anonymous. So yeah, I guess when you do donation alerts, you can choose either to write your name or you can put a screen name when you do them. So someone did anonymous, which it's actually happened quite a few times. If I scroll back to the previous streams that I did a couple of days ago, it's happened quite a few times where someone did anonymous donation. So if you're anonymous, that's fine. I get when he says she gets notifications and sometimes you don't. Depends on YouTube's flavor of the day. Yes, I personally have received YouTube's one. Oh, thank you. Play Disco Illyrium. I'm not sure what that is. I don't sort of listen to any music. So, how about a review of a construction store like Petrovich? I'm going to go to make a video in Leroy Merlin, which is probably the most recognized, well-known home remodeling store. Leroy Merlin. There is also Obi, which I've actually done a video on the channel about Obi, but I kind of like Leroy Merlin more. There is actually a brand new one opened, very similar to Leroy Merlin, a little bit smaller, in a construction shopping mall across from Solaris, where I go to. We just came across it by mistake, actually. We were going somewhere else in that home. They have shopping malls which are entirely about home renovation, furniture, decorating, anything to do with remodeling your house or apartment. And I found another one that's similar to Leroy Merlin, so I'm not sure about Petrovich. Hello, John S., hello. So again, I think I've said hello to everybody that's here. Keith Howell, hello. Dimitri says, what's the difference between Russian and Western women? That's an incredibly open-ended answer. Incredibly. It's near impossible without offending everybody in the whole world or not offending them. Is there a beauty thing? That Russian women are more beautiful? I don't know if that's one thing that might keep all the viewers happy, I think. Please show us the award a little bit. It's a bit... definitely please show the award close up. Michelle Snell, good afternoon. 11:31 a.m. in PA, Pennsylvania. Hello. Sam K. Obi and Leroy is not Russian. Correct. Yes. Neither of those are Russian stores. But Leroy Merlin, the one particularly here on Kiev Highway or Kiev Shusay, when you're coming out of Moscow towards where I live, it's absolutely packed. And it's obviously popular, right? So, yes. Now, this award, I'm just going to move the camera, the chat, so that let me just scroll up here. I'm kind of hoping that this is working. That's working. There's a lot of things that you need to get working, don't you? Now, if anybody is from Russia, can anybody tell what this is? Now, obviously, the channel... the live stream's title gives it away. And also the thumbnail of the picture, it may be a little bit small, is also Russian store is Hof. Yes, I just did the Hof video, right? The Hof is kind of more about furniture, kitchens, bathrooms. There's some kitchen hardware stuff. So. Yes, I have no idea. So, yes, this is called the Golden Ray Award. I just have to go back a little bit here. And this is awarded for kind of journalism, television, documentaries, awards for quality of TV. I don't know the whole story behind the exact Golden Ray Award. It looks like a DNA. Yes, kind of that sort of circular thing. It could be a TV antenna. Yeah, there's a plug in the back. We get better television here in our apartment. So, yeah, you guys can chat in Russian or type in Russian, but I can't read it. So please excuse me if you're watching. I'm very sorry that it's kind of worked out that way, but save an absolute fortune. Let's read. You could paint the walls with glow-in-the-dark paint. Yeah, I think this bright yellow is kind of bright. Hello from St. Petersburg, Ivan. Здравствуйте. Hello. ASD QIP. Hello. So yes, now, would you like the truth about how I acquired this? Or would you like it to always be kind of an award that I've received and I'm happy? And what do you think? It's got a kind of little fancy bottom on it here. It's got like a felt bottom, so when you put it down, it doesn't scratch the table. So, yeah, this was what I received this yesterday, by the way. I went to a special luncheon and received this. How many of my subscribers are from CIS countries? It's actually surprisingly quite low. It's put it a little bit further over. I'm worried that it's going to break because the top of this is kind of like flimsy. The actual amount of Russian, I guess if you want to call it Russian or CIS, I guess if you call it CIS countries, that it's very low, the percentage. Predominantly it's US, Canada, England, Germany. That's very typical on a lot of people's, well, people that I know anyways, their viewer counts, if you call it. It doesn't specifically say where your subscribers are from. It shows it in the analytics when people watch videos. And that's actually quite important that the analytics are based on your Google account. So how you've got your Google account set up, it takes that information from that. So where people have put the wrong information, obviously it biases the statistics. But generally a lot of people are quite truthful about their inputting of their information. So like male and female, maybe date of birth, maybe which country they're from, where they live. Where is the wife? Waving hand. My wife's not here. She's at work. She's got late clients today. She said she'd be home about 9:30, so we'll probably end the stream before she gets home. And then she'll be happy. Then there'll be nice and peace and quiet when she gets in the house. So, is there a new Doctor Who sonic screwdriver? Is it a new Doctor Who sonic screwdriver? No. The only screwdriver I've got in the house is the IKEA toolkit that everybody ends up buying when they're buying IKEA furniture. That's the only tools I've got in the whole apartment, so it's for Mixer. I'm sure you received the award through hard work rather than traditional slip someone $100 in a brown envelope, Tim. Yes. Well, no. Right. No, I didn't do that. Definitely not. No. But obviously in Russia there is opportunities, I guess, to do that, to receive things. But that didn't happen. So, hello from Yorkshire. Feeney's Oman. Hello. West Yorkshire. BD194 TU? I can't remember what the postcode is of my relative's house. Can you make a review on Russian chips? Do you have Lay's or Doritos in Moscow now? Yes. Lay's are everywhere in every shop. We did have a bag here in the previous live stream, I think. Oh no, they're on the kitchen top now. My wife opened them. She bought the flavor that I don't like. That's why they sat there. So she's very smart. She buys things that I don't like, so she knows I won't eat them. By the way, thank you for 55 likes. It's super nice of people who are putting likes on the screen. Liking, commenting, watching videos, sharing them in social media helps the channel a great deal. I can't stress that enough. If you want to show support for the channel, where you kind of, I guess you could say, tell people, if that makes sense, about videos that you've watched. Obviously, a lot of the videos that I'm doing is showing things like stores and supermarkets. And it's kind of interesting the amount of people that are kind of interested to watch. They'll be interested to watch videos about stores where they live or down the road from them. But I guess it's from an English-speaking person's point of view. G-Man if I send you a donation, will it show on the live screen in front of you? For the donation alerts, yes, it literally pops up instantly. I've got it won't come up on the screen of the YouTube video that you're watching. Where I had the other program that I was using, it allowed me to pop up things like the super chats. But the program I'm using today, because we're just trying the different software with my webcam, I can't show the alerts. I can read them absolutely right in front of me, so I can actually even see, like I saw someone that did the donation alert right there before, the test. And Anonymous, that was the other one there, Anonymous. And someone did a test one as well. I guess they were testing it was working. And I can even see when someone subscribes. just kind of interesting. It's live for that. So I definitely will acknowledge it. I will talk about it if it's a question or something that you type in the, I don't know, whatever you're doing, super chat or donation alerts. I'll definitely 100% acknowledge everyone that does them because there's no question about that. Why did you decide to live in Russia, Dennis says? I fell in love with a Russian. And the plan was to get my wife over to, well, my wife once I married her, my partner then, I guess, over to Australia and go and live in Australia, live the dream, you know. And my wife has got residency for Australia. We were over there twice. The second time was there to live, essentially. The first time was like a holiday so we could figure everything out. The second time was during COVID, so that was obviously a problem with things being locked down, airports being closed, problems with flying in and out. And it was a challenge. So my wife then basically slowly fell out of love with Australia and fell back in love with Russia. And she had some things she had to do over here, medical-wise, so we decided to move back here. And I've been here since. So congratulations, got up for a... Andrew, thank you. Cheers from Andy in Bendigo, Victoria. Andy, I was watching, I don't know what happened, but I was watching the Davis Cup. Australia was playing Canada. We've made the final of the Davis Cup for the first time in a ton of years. We lost the first rubber, and Demonor was in the second rubber. I always forgot to like. Thanks for reminding. Yes, 77 likes. Thank you. Lasers pretty popular in Russia. I guess I've seen them almost in every shop. Absolutely, they're everywhere. How long have you been living in Russia? How is your Russian? I don't speak very much Russian. It's very poor. I've lived here for about 9 years all up in total. Yes. Hello and thank you. Andre, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Привет. My man, you're lucky. Russians are the most beautiful in my eyes. Yes, I guess you're talking about the ladies, Neil. Yes. Actually, someone did point, in a lot of comments, people put the timestamp when they talk about something. And there's one of the videos where I was going in the supermarket and there was this lady, obviously a very beautiful lady, and I didn't know at the time that I was filming that. And it was literally like, just caught the corner of her walking past me, but she was stunning. And there was like comment about this lady. So yeah. Brandon, thank you for becoming a channel member. That's very nice of you. Welcome to Traveling with Russell. Traveling with Russell fan. I'm still a little bit stuck about how I'm going to do the membership. Now, if you are a channel member, by the way, and you go to do emojis, there is 2 different additional emojis. And if anyone's just noticed there, I just showed, how do I take that off? There it is. The Coca-Cola emoji. So if you're a channel member, Jay, and I guess Brandon, if you're there still, you can do the Coca-Cola emoji. I'm going to try and put some more in that are relevant to me and it makes sense, especially things that I talk about and show a lot. So I'm curious. Had to go in and renew it. Oh, you were a member before, right? I remember now. Hey, Russell, from a very windy and rainy Florida. Wow. It's always beautiful in Florida. What? How are you saying, Roy? It's raining. Do you like vines from Western Australia? I guess you're talking about the Vines. The Vines is actually a suburb in the northern part of the Perth metropolitan area, if you're talking about the Vines, Dimitri. So the best the best Russian soda. Now I'm going to just get out the shop for a minute and have a look what I bought. I bought Baikal today. Oh, I can't see the camera. Yes, I got Chernogolovka Baikal. Where's the camera? Oh, check that out. Now, my wife said to me when we were coming home today, we went to the shops for about an hour to buy some food and for dinner and things like that. And she said, I remember years ago you didn't like Baikal and you wouldn't drink it. And now you've become Russian and you're suddenly liking it. So, yeah, thanks for joining, Roy, by the way. We've kind of now set up, which I believe, the better live stream setup. Now, I 100% we don't think it's in 4K, but it's in at least 1080p. So if anybody's got settings, you could definitely change the settings. Winnie said that she sent rubles. Was that just now? Literally just now? Winnie? Oh, there you go, Jay. The Coca-Cola one works. I would love to have some in kvass. Yeah, so Jay, I'm going to do a kvass emoji, especially for you. And maybe also, Brandon, if you want an emoji, let me know which one. Oh, the wines are from Australia are nice. Maybe the wines or the vines. Do you like wines from Western Australia? Yeah, I don't drink really any wine at all. My wife does, but we've got very good wines from the southwest region of WA, which you're probably thinking about the ones that are from Margaret River. So yes, they're very nice. It's not a large amount of them that come from there. Duchess, Boratino. Have you tried any Russian cake so far? Yeah, I like the honey cake. I'm not sure what the name of it is in Russian, but the honey cake. It's kind of like wafers. It looks like wafers of golden color. Have you tried Russian cakes? Yes. How did you win your award? Now, Lacey, it's kind of there's a whole speech that somebody did for me, and it's because of the contribution to showing Russian life. Sorry, I'm jumping around with the chat here. There was a bit of a speech written for it, and I didn't remember it all. Winnie, I'm trying to see if you did donation alerts. Just let me know if that's what you did. I've got this refreshed here. I don't have every one that I can see, if that makes sense. So there is also the phone bank one, which is Sberbank. And then I do also have this buy me a coffee. This is I have to blame Dimmer from Russia channel for me having all these set up, because he, apart from people asking me quite a lot in the chat, can you set one up particularly for Russians to use? So yes, so yeah, sorry. What are the differences between Russian women and American women? I can't say like honest things, because it's kind of, I'm going to say overall Russian women are more beautiful. It's a problem because I don't speak Russian in terms of conversation. I can't just go up and chat to any girl in the street, right? And have that conversation. And I guess loyalty, they're very loyal. Can I speak Russian? No. Malenki по-русски. Or chut-chut, which is much smaller. Hi. So donation alert here. Hi, goodbye, with a love heart. Hello. There you go. That's working. So yes. Have you tried Tahoon? About 15 minutes ago. Winnie, which way did you send it to me so I can just open all of the different ones to look at? Because the problem with so many different ones, just let me know in the chat how you sent it so I can just look up which one. So yeah, thank you, hi, goodbye for donation alert. I very, very greatly appreciate where people are doing them or sending them. It's very appreciated. Yeah, Tahoon I don't really like. The green drink, yes. It kind of looks like radioactive cola. It's a green looking. Yeah, I'm okay to drink it. I just don't enjoy it. Whereas I can definitely enjoy Baikal. The Chernigolov Commandarin is my favorite one, which is kind of like a more delicious Fanta. If that makes all sense. You mean Medovic? That's honey cake. Yes, Medovic. Where am I from? I live in Prelivka, which is Narofominsk region. I'm about 50 kilometers sort of southwest of Moscow, of, I guess, Red Square, if you count the middle of Moscow as kind of the regions that span out from Moscow. I'd love to try honey cake. Yes. I mean, I'm pretty sure probably even in Florida, you've got some European shops or cafes or something like that. But Roy, you need to kind of Google it or look at the pictures of it. It's very delicious. Do you have any ice wine in Australia? That's my favorite. I don't think we do. I don't think it'd be cold enough to kind of have the grapes like that. I know Canada is very famous for ice wine, Michelle, but I'd be certain we don't because of the weather. Sberbank, yes. Sorry. The top one, I'll do it again. Okay. The top one. What's the list of the... sorry, I'm just looking here what I've got them as set up on the channel there. Okay, Scott, hello, by the way. How's it going? How old am I? I'm 46. Russell, AMCAP is a great piece of webcam software, and it's free. AMCAP. Thank you, Sam. I'm going to look that up. I'm trying to find the ideal, easy-to-use software. I mean, I'm sure OBS, which is what I'm using today, is easy. It just takes time to make it easy to use. So, yeah, it's not as easy as I like, but... oh, that's cutting that off. It's not cutting that off. I'm just trying to get on my other screen here, the windows, so I can see everything that people are typing. There's a little $sign to my right corner when you hit that, but I don't think that's the problem. I think it's my settings. Every time I go get an Apple update, it changes all my settings. Yes, that can be a problem. Yeah, that's super chats or super stickers. That's the one that's inside the YouTube application. And Neil, thank you very much for your 60. I don't know what 60, I don't know what that squiggle is. I wonder what country that is. Is that maybe somewhere in Europe, Neil? I wonder if anybody knows what country it is. Is it cold there now? Yes. What is the temperature in Fahrenheit? All right, so, again, I've got my chat right in the middle. This is outside on the balcony, minus 2.6. So that's probably 40, I guess it's about 35 Fahrenheit. And then in the kitchen, it's 26 Celsius. These are in Celsius, by the way. So I guess it's in the 70s in the kitchen. It's obviously double glazed, triple glazed windows. We've got central heating on. So yeah, I guess it's in the 30s. Minus 2 is probably, the real feel's probably about minus 7 or minus 10 Celsius. So it's kind of cold. So yeah, thank you, Neil, for the super sticker. Again, I can't show things on screen until I can figure out how to show them on screen. So thank you very much. Yes, Nikita. Oh, G-Man I, yes. How long are you planning to stay here in Russia? So yeah, the donation alert thing's working as well. It's all working, by the way. So yes, how long do we... Okay, so for now, basically I've got a residency to live here. My wife obviously is slowly becoming more and more happier and comfortable here. She's obviously got her little salon downstairs in our building set up. She knows that I'm happy here now because of the fact that YouTube's kind of working out for us or for me, and I'm comfortable doing it. And I'm not sort of sitting around the house not doing things, if that makes sense. So it's, I guess we did say short term we were coming to Russia when we left Australia a year and a half ago. It was planning to be a couple of years, or at least a year or more. It's obviously past that already. So for now, though, I mean, we've kind of now gone to look at maybe getting a bigger apartment. I'd rather kind of buy somewhere. My wife bought an apartment going back last year. If anyone's seen that video on the channel, a studio, which obviously wouldn't be suitable for two of us to live in, but we would plan to sell that and then use that as a deposit for another place that'd be bigger. Maybe in this building if we can find something perfect. Oh, it's in rupees. Thank you, Tim. Oh, it's kind of a squiggle, isn't it? It's not like you wouldn't know that, would you? Thank you. It's very appreciated, though, for knowing that. Is military... Okay, I won't read that one. Have you tasted kummies? Milk from horses. Dimitri, I know about it because I see it in the Globus supermarket. Every time I go through the milk aisle. I've never drunk or tasted the horse milk. No, I do. It's a green, lime green looking bottle. And I showed it in one of my videos when I've been in Globus. But no, I've never ever tried it. You tried Cool Cola today. It was absolutely the same as Coca-Cola Diet Coke. I doubt they really left Russia. Right. But don't forget, though, it's the Dobra Colas, which is the Coca-Cola brand. Not the Cool Colas, but just to test the donations. Yes. Oh, it's definitely... Oh, sorry, now I'm caught up here. How are you? Have you ever been in Asia? Have you ever been in the Asian part of Russia? No. We've been to Ufa, which is where my wife's family's from, but I've not been any further east than that. I guess the Asian part of Russia, is the east and the southeast of the entire country. Can you play a GeoGuessr with your viewers? Almost. If everyone tells me where they're from, we could. Glovan, hello. Hi, Russell. Yes, 27 Fahrenheit. Car channel. So -3 is about 27. Yeah, the real feel is much colder, though. Hello from St. Petersburg. Igor in Russia. Hello. Здравствуйте. Happy wife, happy life. Absolutely right. Yes. Greetings, everyone. Oh, yes. Three Drandrews. This chat is exhilarating. Thank you. We have 95 people watching. It kind of goes up and down a little bit, and 115 likes. I just can't drink sugar water because of my... Oh, okay. Sugar water. What's your occupation in Russia? Do you work anywhere? At the moment, I'm just doing YouTube. If you have a job for me where I can speak in English, let me know. It'd have to be something where I'd need to know very minimal Russian. It would be kind of nice. I would really like to do something that's involving retail, though, or something like where it might be helping kids or talking to kids or children, or even at I don't know about winter, but where they've got the summer camps at the, what do you call these in Russia? They've got these summer camps that they go to. Something like that would be kind of cool. I don't really have an occupation. I was working in supermarkets back in Australia for the year and a half that I was home. Before that, I was working in the duty-free shops on cruise ships. So, you're a pleasure to watch. Thank you. Keep showing foreigners about the life in Russia. Don't give up. Greetings from Voronezh. Voronezh. Hello. In Ufa, kummies, kummies is very popular. Yes, my wife, we did actually try horse meat when we were in Ufa. We went to a local cafe for lunch, and it was kind of like a dried meat, like a biltong, which is kind of popular for South Africans, but it was not a kind of like a piece of steak kind of meat. It was kind of like dried meat strips. But we did have horse. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, we had horse meat. Would you want a flat or a home? I would like a home, but maybe a lot of people tend to live in flats or apartments here because it's just a big part of the housing here. There's obviously some housing. It's dotted everywhere, the housing, right? So there's normal houses, if you call it that, and then there's country houses, then there's Dutches. I'd be happy still to live in another apartment just with a few more rooms, like a 2 or 3 room apartment would be. We're in a 1 room apartment here. Nikita basically sent a donation alert. Thank you. Don't ever buy an apartment. You should better buy land. Be the smartest of your money investment, Nikita. Thanks. Yeah, I'd like to buy some land for a dacha. Very typically, people buy them a few hundred kilometers away and outside of the city. My wife is a bit hesitant to kind of want to do that because we want to just go there, stay there for whatever time, particularly in summertime and things like that, where you've got weather to go there. The apartment that my wife bought, where she bought it through a friend and so on, the whole story, it's purely as a rental, and it purely gives us an address in Russia. But yeah, I mean, not so much buying a lot of land, but for a dacha, you get about an acre of land. Thank you, Nikita, by the way. Hi, Russell. Do you have a plan to visit other cities in Russia? Michael asked. Thank you for the donation alert. I was in St. Petersburg for a day, a couple of days ago. Literally, I was there for a day, in and out. It was very, very fast, let me tell you. I didn't see really any of it. My wife wants to go somewhere, either now for winter, while it's winter, and go to another city, or in February, March, go somewhere after New Year. So we haven't really made... My wife kind of comes up with another plan almost every day. I don't know what she does at work, thinking up things. Last night when I was on my way home, I went to meet friends. She was sending me these apartments that were for rent in the same building, which are a little bigger than the one we were in. And then she was sending me houses that were for sale in the building. So she was obviously looking through the real estate websites. Greetings from Finland. Benita, hello. How's it going? Online English native language lessons. Yes, I could definitely do something like that somehow. So yes, sorry, I'm just distracted by my phone, but I'll look down or away now from it. Sorry. Hey, Finland. Yes, horse meat. As a Kentuckian, I cannot eat horse meat. Yes, I guess. Oh, my live pixel. How's it going? Again, if you're here and not chatting, no worries at all. I mean, obviously, listen along. If you put something in the comments, I'll do my best to read them out. Of course, I'll try to. I mean, if it gets too fast, it's difficult, but yeah. Speak Finnish. All I know in Finnish is noken in the koken. If you know what noken in the koken is, that's the only Finnish that I know. And olak kaunas. I know 2 sayings in Finnish. You should visit Samara. It's really nice in the summer. Oh. I think my wife wants to go to the coast somewhere where there's water. Don't think I could try horse meat. Yeah, Lacey, the horse meat we had, it was like kind of dried meats. I guess you could call them like Slim Jims. Think of those. I don't know where you're exactly from, but think of that kind of dried meat would be kind of the way we had it when we had it at this. It was kind of like on a little platter, like with some cheese and everything. It was weird, but it was like someone said it's well known in Ufa. Yeah, if you buy a house, it will be in your wife's name only, right? Land can only be purchased by Russian citizens, correct? Yeah, that would be the thing. Everything's set up in my wife's name already. Guess it's better than eating bats. No dacha, but your full-time living house. Right, yeah, dacha's basically not possible to live in them year-round, correct? I have a few teachers in linguistic university and even in my musical school from different parts of the world who don't know Russian language at all. No problems. We've always had a very good connection. Tatiana, thank you. Yeah, I think even there's a couple of Australian guys that I've met, they're primary school teachers, and I think they don't know any Russian, or they might know a few words. Do you like central heating here compared to Perth? Yes. Yeah, my wife was, when we were in Australia, we had an apartment in Australia as well, and there's no heating in there. We had air conditioning that you could put on a heating setting. And she was always saying it's cold, like the bathroom is cold. Here we've got underfloor heating in our bathroom. And she was saying how cold it was in the bathroom. And is there a way you can put some underfloor heating in the bathroom? It's like digging up all the tiles, tearing everything apart to do that. And it's not a typical thing in Perth, particularly. It's not. But yes, I've got my pants and shirt on from when I went out earlier. But normally I'd be in shorts and t-shirt in the house, bare feet, walk around, no problems at all. So, what's Nightbot? I don't know what Nightbot is. Hello, by the way, from Tumin. Oh, hello. QYBZ, hello. Razem, hello. Another long-time viewer of the channel. Oh, my camera's got its little detection thing going on at the moment. Let me just get that back off. Now, when I wave to you guys, it's got a detection feature in my hand. What is the average cost of a one-room apartment in your city? Here, realistically, at the moment, in the town where we live, it's about 7 million rubles, between about 6 and 8 million rubles for a one or two room apartment, depending on how old the building is. In the US dollars, it's about $120,000. If the ruble was a bit stronger, it would be cheaper in exchange rate of currencies. But now with the ruble being very low, the prices have kind of gone up by default. So, Michael, thank you for the donation alert. What's your favorite Russian food? I like pilmeni. I know that's not nice. Not the most amazing food to say that it's my favorite food, but it's an easy thing that my wife makes, you know. A few spices, a few bay leaves, boiling water, put them in the pan. At the moment, I'm really liking beetroot salad. I don't know if there's a name for that in Russian, but I've not had Olivia salad for a while, which my wife makes at home here, which is very similar to like a potato salad outside of Russia. Olivia salad. But yeah, all of these different, when you go to the supermarkets and the fresh markets, they've got a lot of different salads that are pre-made and you can buy them and eat them, you know. So, yeah, that's probably my favorite. My wife makes goulashes and plof. The thing is, she's trying to make Western food that she knows I like. A lot of the stranger Russian foods I don't like, so it's hard to kind of both want the same thing. I drink sparkling water. Can you work for the cruise line recruiting employees from Russia that speak English? Brandon, I could do that, absolutely. I just need to figure out who I need to ask to. I mean, what I'd ideally do, I'd be doing the interviews and the Skype interviews and video call interviews. I mean, to meet someone who happens to be in Moscow versus somewhere in Russia entirely would be challenging. So, sounds too good to chew. I don't speak English well, and I just want to wish you good luck in your work. Thank you. Something 2.0. Thank you. I have a question. Have you heard loud, big Australian birds like kakadu? I think maybe you're saying kookaburra, I think. Kakadu is a place in the Northern Territory. Kakadu National Park is a region in the north of Australia called Kakadu National Park. But we have kookaburras. They've got this big laugh that they do. Big Australian, maybe we're talking about a cassowary. That's a big Australian bird. We don't really have them in Perth, but they're mostly in the outback and regional areas. I'm not sure. Maybe the kakadu word is mixed up with a few different things. That drink fizzy drinks are dangerous for the health, and they try to drink like juices. Yes. Hi, welcome to Russia. Are you on a visa here. Leah Devois. I've got a Russian residency visa, which is called EVP. EVP. It looks like RVP, which is basically residency visa. That's what I call it. So, if you get time, I would talk with Inside Russia and see what he's doing with all his stuff. Maybe you can work out a deal on some of his stuff, Scott. Yeah, I've not chatted to him for a little while, actually. I normally message him on Telegram back and forward, but I've not recently chatted to him. So, Nikita's done another donation alert. Thank you for donation alerts. Whoever's sending them, I appreciate. Please do a review of that largest kids store in Moscow. I taught you would enter that building with your friend, but you didn't. Oh, right. Maybe you watched the video with Aussie Spy, where we went for a walk around. And actually, the last part of the video of the GUM department store, that last video I put on the channel, that underground area where was the gaming center, when I went to walk out of GUM at the very end, and I was going to do like the outro, like thanks for watching, da-da-da, my battery just completely died. And I hadn't checked what my battery percentage was on towards the end of filming to plug in my battery bank. And it obviously fell below 15%, then went to zero and just died. So I had to go, I walked over to the children's store, what you're talking about, Central Children's Store. And then I went to that lower area where I filmed that last part and just plugged in the phone to charge. Because I bring my plug-in phone charger, the plug literally, I always put that in my bag in case I stop somewhere like at a food court or a cafe somewhere. So yes, I am planning to do a video. Thank you, Nikita. I appreciate 100% for you. I'll make that video. So, yeah, if you guys are chatting to each other like you're doing, the @ symbol before, and you put @ and then their name, it lets you talk back and forward, or highlights for them anyway. Are you going to a big table? Are you going to a big table for New Year? If yes, what's going to be on it? Car Channel pretty much will probably end up at Friends for New Year. We don't really have a lot of room here to have people over. So no doubt our local friends will invite us to their place. They've got a normal house here, if you call it that. So be a lot of food. I know our Tanya, her name is. Tanya basically just overdoes it. Feel like she's cooking for 50 when there's 10 or 15 of us there. So, is it a good time to visit Russia? Absolutely. It is a good time to visit Russia. It's winter time now. It's obviously cold. It's not enjoyable if you're not used to cold weather. You know, you obviously dress appropriately. I mean, going out somewhere, you don't think twice about it. I mean, like yesterday when I went to meet friends, you know, you dress up, you go, you do what you need to do, you come home. You don't let weather kind of depict, oh, I'm not going to go out today because it's cold now till January, February. So, and it'll get colder, you know. So if you like the snow and you like the white everywhere, I mean, the roads are a bit icy and slippery, so you just have to be a bit careful about that. Neil says, I actually love beetroot juice. The macaroon color and soil sand seems very tasty. Yeah, beetroot I like. In Australia, we eat a lot of canned beetroot. It's not necessarily fresh beetroot. Here, my wife basically makes fresh beetroot. It's obviously very popular in soups here. Whereas in Australia, you buy it in cans with the beetroot juice in there and stuff. Did you taste the tomato horseradish sauce? No, I've not had. I don't really like horseradish. I don't know about the tomato horseradish though, with pelmeni. I just have it with tomato ketchup, with Heinz tomato ketchup, or I think we've got a different brand at the moment. The Heinz one ran out. I don't know the other name we've got of the brand of ketchup in the fridge. In terms of character and style, are Russian women more or less refined than Australian women? More or less refined. I'd say Russian women take care of themselves a lot better. Sorry, Australian ladies, if you're watching. The Russians are basically into their manicures, pedicures, going for, beauty treatments a lot more, massages a lot more. They dress up when they go out a lot more. I mean, even if they just go locally somewhere, they dress up. You'll see that probably come across in the videos. Probably now with winter, everyone's in big jackets. But if you look at the kind of the overall people that you see in the background of the videos, you know, they're just more smarter looking, if that makes sense. The thing with Australia is, like with Perth, for instance, it's warm. It's nice, warm weather year round. So people dress a lot more casually. I'd say they are more refined, if that's the answer. If I compare, definitely apples and apples. Most of the English-speaking Russians that I meet are very well spoken. They're very knowledgeable. They probably don't know. I mean, if I talk about sport, they may not know about sport, but general knowledge things, they're very smart. Test. Well, congratulations with the reward. Thank you. A reward or award? You won. Yes, thanks. It's sitting right behind, just here. Yeah, if you look up, what's the title again? Golden Ray Award. Golden Ray TV Award. Kookaburras and magpies. Yes, that's the ones that are the laughing ones. And magpies just are noisy. And they get a bit annoying. Where we were living in Perth, we were close to the beach. And there's a lot of trees that they put along a little kind of park or a boardwalk that have been there a lot of years. And we get a lot of parrots in those trees as well, particularly because of Australia. And the parrots can be noisy also. Magpies are a bit evasive. They also can get a bit protective of their babies or their nests and want to swoop on people. Kookaburras are just cute and they make laughing noises. Sam, try a bacon butty. Yes, great. Oh, I love bacon sandwiches with tomatoes, with mashed potatoes, with stewed tomatoes in a can. In Australia, we get stewed tomatoes, and then you dunk your bacon sandwich into them. I've done bacon sandwiches here a few times. My wife knows how to make them very well. She had them in Australia, and the bacon's not nearly as good as British bacon or Australian bacon, but it's very close. And I can get Heinz baked beans here. And I get some nice, fresh, soft bread at the bakery. Oh, now I want bacon sandwich. What do you know about Russians before you came here? And what was the most unusual thing you didn't expect to find? I guess we've got these cliches about Russia. You know, that kind of might and power of Russia, the Russian military, the submarines and the secrecy of everything. I guess everything that you know about Russia is what we know from TV and movies. And unfortunately, a lot of stuff now in the news tends to be a lot more propaganda and a lot more anti-Russia than the kind of the truth of things. And unusual thing. When coming here, honestly, like just the normality of things. I mean, if I talk about things like from the shopping point of view, I mean, if I go to the local, we talked about there before, Leroy Merlin, the hardware store, that's very much exactly like Bunnings in Perth. It's just probably on a bigger scale. Everything's on a bigger scale here. Everything's bigger, taller, wider, longer, higher. I mean, of course, I'm in Moscow region, so there is bigger buildings. There's older buildings. Didn't expect to find. Yeah, I mean, I guess just that normality of things. I mean, like today, go to the shopping center. We went to go look. My wife wants a rice cooker now. She's gone off wanting the microwave. Now she wants a rice cooker. So we went to go look at these like slow cookers. I don't know the brand name that we looked at, but they didn't have it in stock. They have a lot of display models, but not the product in stock. And they're like, oh, you can order it and it will come in 2 days. So she now wants to get, and we can do stews and soups in them as well. So yeah, just the fact that it's normal. I mean, obviously there's a lot of differences in the climate and the regions of Russia. But if you went to the local shopping center here, it'd just be like the local shopping center where you live. And people think it's not, you know, think everything's empty, everything's out of stock. There's queues for everything. There isn't, but yeah, I learned magpies are real nuisances. Oh, he can set up and help you in live streams. Oh, yes. Nacy, thank you. Sorry if I'm now behind on the chat because I'm answering questions longer. I'm sorry. And I don't see the new comments popping up. So, I learned that magpies are a real nuisance. They pick on people. Yes, they do, especially in their mating or breeding season, I guess. Yeah, my wife was always hesitant to walk across the park from us. They even have warning signs in our parks saying that the magpie's season is in full swing, and be careful walking even across the park. That's how our government is protective of us. They put a sign up saying a bird might sort of swoop on you. So yes, that's very true. They are. Is there authentic pizza in your city, Charles? Not really. Not Italian pizza, but we have Dodo pizza, which I think a lot of Russians would know well. That's very, very well known. Kind of more like a takeaway pizza place. I've not had pizza for a while, actually. We've got one in the next building from us, a 24-hour place, which has got neon lights till more than Vegas has. But I kind of like it every now and again, but I've gone off them at the moment, so... sausage and chip sandwiches. It's still interesting why YouTube recommended you. Yeah, I wonder. What have I done differently or special or better? Have I frozen or am I just looking at myself frozen? No. What misconceptions were debunked when you came to Russia? Misconceptions. The thing is, I was, for 20 years, or a lot of years between meeting my wife and before that, I was working on cruise ships, sailing around the world. And I wasn't really in Australia for a lot of years. Quite a lot of years, actually, before coming here. So seeing other places in the world gives you a bit of wider perspective of things, you know, and going to the Caribbean islands and how much simpler it is on Caribbean islands than it is, you know, when you come out of Florida on the cruise ship where you've got a city, then you come to an island where they've got a tiny grocery store, and you appreciate how everybody lives equally or manages to live in where they live, right? Can't imagine New Year without cold and minus 30. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it wouldn't get down to minus 30 here, maybe 20 or so with the real feel. How cold is it there? We have minus 0.7. I've just got my camera off to one side here, sorry, just so I can just see that. It's minus 2.6 Celsius in Moscow region, but it's probably more closer. Let me see what the real feel is. If I look at my phone here, it says minus 3. Aprelivka feels like minus 9 is the real feel. How does one make a donation? Bearbull, you can do it a couple of different ways. So there's either super chats or super thanks, super stickers, which is basically what would come inside YouTube. Ideally, that's for most people outside of Russia. Most people will do that, and it's just easier. The thing that I'm talking about, the donation alerts, and then the Sberbank where there's a phone number, that's basically where people are inside Russia, and it's just easier for locals to do those couple of different setups. But basically, for me, super chats works into YouTube for me. So thank you for asking, by the way, Bear Bull. Sorry again if I'm getting behind with the chat. When I was in Perth, some Australian people thought I was a Russian spy. I think that's automatic, right? That the minute that you're Russian and not in Russia, you're a Russian spy. Yes, Dimitri. I think that's talk about misconceptions, and that's very true. I think Aussies would just do that, though. They'd make, once you get to know them and you're friends with them and like that, it would just become a running joke forever. Congratulations on your reward. Thank you. Something 76. I'm going ice swimming in the dark now with friends, with my husband in 15 minutes. Love from Russia. Ice swimming in the dark. What? Where do they do that? I wonder where they do that. Yeah, minus 19 in Ekaterinburg. Wow, Lenny, that's cold. It's minus 14 here. Yeah, you guys have got mean, look, at the end of the day, that I'm going to say that between -10 and -20, I don't notice a difference. I mean, it is colder. I mean, I wear my gloves. I've got nothing really exposed. I wear a scarf when it's really cold, and I wouldn't find it to be cold. It's -14. Bearbull, thank you. I love bacon, especially BLT sandwiches. Yes, on the cruise ship BLTs. Oh my gosh. And now, not so much. It's a little bit harder. But back in the day, if I talk about a lot of years on cruise ships, we'd go to BLTs were kind of the standard room service item. Standard. And you get to know who the cook is in the room service on the night shift. So after basically midnight till 6 a.m., and you'd slip him basically $1 per sandwich, and you'd have BLTs made for you. He'd kind of make them, and then he'd put them around the corner. But now with a lot of the modern ships, they've got cameras and CCTV, and the cooks can't kind of get away with as much now as they used to. But the night shift room service guy there, the cook, he was making bank out of people going to pay for sandwiches from him. So, but why are you living in Russia? Because of a wife, a job, or something else? Yeah, wife, Russian wife. I fell in love with a Russian girl. I think every single man in the world has that kind of idea, right? A couple of days ago, there was an ice in Moscow. Yes, I put special nozzles on my shoes. Yeah, about 4 or 5 days ago, they had a thing. It was even on the news, right? The amount of freezing ice and freezing rain that they had. It was definitely a problem. Oh, BLTs. Thank you, Bebel. Yeah, BLTs and cruise ships, I think it kind of goes hand in hand. -7 in Samara. Living in Perth about 9 years. Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry. We've got +40 Celsius. Where are you for in Perth? We have that in summertime, +40. It's not every day, but it's kind of, you have like stretches where it's 3 or 4 days in a row, and it cools down, and then it kind of warms up again. -25 in Krasnoyarsk, behind the window right now. Wow. Yeah, so that's my little thing. I've got a sensor outside the window here. So, wow, that's a big difference. Oh, wow, now I'm really behind. Gosh. See, my thing's not scrolling. My chat's not scrolling as I'm typing here. Would you prefer raising children in Russia or Australia? I think either. I don't think it would make a huge difference. I'd like them to know both languages, to be cultured in the way that they can embrace being a dual citizen, if you like, or having Australian and Russian citizenship. That would be definitely something that I would like. I'd like them to not lose one country or the other country's kind of culture. It's how quickly things drop off, right? Anyway, it's not -95. It's really cold. Yes, it's -20. It's -25 in Magny Korak in the South Urals. It's freezing. Leah, please buy the microwave. Get the rice cooking recipe from Tim, and you'll be set. Yes, you need to go to Olmyankan Shora Public Yakatuta. You're -43. There are ice swimming. It'll be beautiful in New York. Been raining 45 Fahrenheit. Not too bad for the time of year. Janice, thank you very much for the super chat. Stay warm. Thanks. Yeah, my wife, I think I've mentioned this a few times. I feel like sometimes I'm repeating a lot of things, but my wife bought me a winter jacket. I say winter jacket. She bought me a jacket for my birthday back on November 3. So, yeah, I mean, literally, if after the live stream, I'll put a t-shirt on and a pair of shorts, and it's completely comfortable. I can literally sleep in the bed without the blanket on. It's kind of just an ambient temperature, that it's not warm and cold. My wife sometimes likes to open the window at night to get a bit of air circulating, and it cools down the place, kind of freshens up the air in the apartment. When you've got these kind of sealed, like double glazed windows, it basically, the air is kind of locked in here. So we hate freezing, by the way. Yeah, so thank you for the super chat. So super chats, by the way, if anyone does them, it goes into the ad revenue through YouTube, and then it gets paid out to me on the 21st of every calendar month. So the next calendar month is how that's paid. My channel's set up in Australia, so it all comes to my Australian bank account. So unlike Russians, where they've got a little bit of a problem getting the money now, what I've got set up with this, it kind of works smoothly. So, Vladimir, Vlad says, thank you for the objective information about my country. I always follow your news, shaking your hand with respect. Thank you, Vlad. Spasiba. Thank you. Yeah, always try to be objective. This is the thing with working on cruise ships and working with people from 50 countries of the world. You kind of, how do I say it? You become very subjective, and you kind of appreciate everybody for who they are individually and where they're from. Obviously, you get a lot of, like we talked about before, misconceptions about different countries. And when you meet people and it's kind of different, and everybody really has that same value. They have the same values, family values, as each other. I think we all do around the world. So yeah, thank you. Regarding those soft drink substitutes, try Eves. They're black cans with orange, lemon, lime. Yeah, that's from Pepsi, like Miranda and Mountain Dew. I've got in my hallway. Yesterday when I was coming home from meeting friends, I got a soft drink. I call them soft drinks. I got the orange Eves, which is Pepsi, and it's basically the Miranda. Yes, so I've actually got one right in my bag in the hallway. I had just a sip out of it, and it's full in my bag still. 37 in Perth on Tuesday. Toad Possum, hello. Warming up in Perth now. Yeah, 37's a couple. It needs to be about 34. 33, 34 degrees is nice. 37 is just getting a little hot where you're uncomfortable, especially if there's not an afternoon breeze. Thank you for showing ordinary life in the country. It's nice to see where all people communicate well with each other. Right. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, so yeah, Jay's taking care of some people who are saying some unfriendly things. So thank you, Jay, for doing that. Yes, you're not influencing people, you're wasting people's time, right. Are you a Scorpio? Yes, my birthday is November 7. Happy birthday. Yes, thank you. Belated birthday, Michelle. Yes, I'm a Scorpio. Yeah, 3rd of November is my birthday. Yeah, it feels like forever now since then, but we're still in November. It's still the same month. You may want to... Are you planning to learn Russian? Anko 1994. I'm trying to learn more Russian. Say the word, am I learning Russian? No, but I'm trying to learn more Russian. I guess that's the right way to say it. I hope that Visa and MasterCard will return to Russia for international payments. Now, in order to pay, you need an intermediary or the opening of a foreign bank card. Yes, Hunts, it's a problem. I wish it would work as well. Then I could use it to buy things a little easier. We've kind of got around it. This, like you say about an intermediary, we've got a way around it that we can transfer money from Australia to Russia. It's kind of using banking, but it's just basically person-to-person transferring rather than bank to bank. So I'm sending somebody money, and then they're sending me money, and it's kind of working out. Janice, by the way, Bear Bull, Neil, Brandon, Neil, and where you've done super chats. On this program I'm using today with the new camera, I can't put the message up on the screen. I would really like to do that, but with this new program, until I can figure it out, I can't. But I do have it open on this viewer activity page, and on donation alerts page, I've got it set up. So I do have that kind of set up. If anyone wants to basically join social media chat or group, I've got Traveling with Russell group. If anybody wants to, it's our Telegram channel it's a channel on Telegram called Traveling with Russell. If you want to join that, it's basically I post photos, day-to-day things going on. Yeah, I'm living constantly with cracked open windows, huge 14-row radiators, central heating, no problems, and cheap. Right. 14-row radiators. I don't know how many rows we've got on ours. We've got one in the kitchen right next to me here, and then there's one in the other room. But yeah, we just need to open the window every now and again just to kind of refresh the air in here. We like when we went out today just to the shops, we opened it, and when we closed it when we got home. Say something in Russian. Oh, people always keep asking me this, to say things in Russian. Spoky Noki. I learned that one. It's like good night. Moja zovut Russell. My žena is my wife. my žena. Devushka is girl or lady. Devushka. Осторожно, zvidya krovается. Slibesistencia. Yugosapana, which is like Astanovka is like the stop or next stop. Zvaksal, train station. Is there English-speaking media, TV, radio available to non-Russian speakers? TV channels, not specifically. If you've got kind of the TV package with like 100 channels or whatever, you can find a few random Russian English-speaking channels, but it's kind of like Russia Today, RT, or there's the German channel in English, the French channel in English. Things like radio I don't really listen to. Newspapers I don't go and buy. If I watch news, I watch either from YouTube, like Australian news channels have live streaming. I can also pull up another streaming platform where I can look up CNN, Fox, BBC, Sky. So yeah, I could definitely do that. The Accountant, good movie by the way. Does Visa and credit cards work in Russia? If you have a Russian card, it works in Russia. But if you've got a non-Russian card, they don't work here at all. So my Australian cards don't work. Likewise, if my wife went to Australia or we traveled, we can't use her Russian cards outside of Russia. There is some people saying they're working in some places, but essentially across the board, they aren't working. So 100% my Australian cards don't work. I accidentally tried to use it. It was pure by mistake because I put my card in the wrong slot in my wallet. Actually, when I was buying some meat from my butcher guy, it was just by accident, and I know it doesn't work, but yeah, it was the departure of Visa and MasterCard that affected the ability to pay on international platforms. Everything else is not so scary. It's just the local food producers have taken places. Yeah, I mean, this is the Visa MasterCard thing probably affects mostly then it flows onto tourism. So where people come here, you need to bring cash, or you need to have a source of money to buy things, pay for things. It's definitely more challenging. Even online sites like booking sites for hotels and flights, almost all of them are, well, anything inside Russia, you can't use the cards, but even where you use an outside, like Expedia and Hotels.com, they don't now let you choose Russian destinations to book things in Russia. People keep asking you that question because Russians love Westerners who speak their language. Oh, right. Thank you, Rovan. Thank you. You're doing well at speaking Russian. Thanks. Yeah, I kind of get by. I'm out wishing a pleasant night. Thank you. Sweet night from Russia. Take care. Thank you, 76. If I'm a little bit behind, I think I'm kind of caught up now. I've got the screen big enough that I can see more of the chat. Anatoly says he is watching you from Tyumen. Oh, здравствуйте, Anatoly. Hello. We've got friends who are pretty much from Tyumen. I don't know whereabouts more than that, but she's invited me there about 100 times, maybe 99 times. I will get there eventually. A+ Russian's got a good YouTube channel to teach Russian language if anyone wants to know how to speak Russian. Oh, thanks, Scott. I think this has been mentioned before, actually. I want a quiet life. Greetings from the city of Yaroslavl. Oh, Yaroslavl. Здравствуйте, Hans. Yeah, Bebel, thank you. Does income in AU dollars buy much more in Russia? It depends on the exchange rate. At the moment, it's still down based on what it was prior to February. If I had a crystal ball and when it spiked, it was about 52, 55 rubles for a dollar then. And it was that way for a long time. Now it's at 41 rubles for a dollar. So you're buying a little bit less if you're thinking that you're spending Australian money. Because I earn some of the money through transferring it from Australia to Russia, I've got to sometimes forget the exchange rate and not have it in my head as a thing, because you start calculating it too much. You've got to just switch off from that. Yeah, you can definitely get more for your money here because things are cheaper here. Not necessarily things are like dollar for dollar the same. So I can buy more in rubles than I would in Australia. If I go to a supermarket, I'd be spending probably half here. That's probably been generous, but it's definitely considerably less for what you're buying. Even if I just look at basic things like fruit and vegetables and stuff like that. Greetings to you from Nizhny Novgorod. Hello. Again, I can't read names in Russian, so yeah, I'm using crypto cards from Chinese and UAE companies, Bitfree and PayPal, to buy things outside of Russia. Yeah, Lenny, this is a problem. My neighbor actually drove to Belarus to arrange bank accounts. He drove there and back 6 hours each way, and then he went 2 weeks later to pick up the cards. Oh, Chumin is watching. Hello. I wonder if you're friends of my friends. Thanks, Jay. Sorry you feel. Yes. Oh, Neil, thank you. Hey, Russ, I got to go hanging out. Once again, congrats on the award. Thanks. Yes, I'm going to hold it up one more time. It's much nicer in real life than it looks on the camera. Just the fact that it's got this kind of like suspended thing. I hope that you can buy your favorite chips and Doritos. Wifey doesn't buy you. Yes. Thank you, Neil, for the PayPal. Oh my God, I'm going to say PayPal. Super chat. Thank you. I've got too many of these payment things in my head now. And we're talking about money also. I like the fact that it sort of works, all these different options, but it's just a few too many. But the fact that everybody is around the world, it gets that way, right? So yeah, thank you, Neil. Yeah, Doritos. There's a lot of Lay's chip flavors here. I can literally go down to the shop in my building here and buy 6 or 7 types of Lay's. It's kind of crazy. Please like the video. Thank you. There will be no problem with Russian products in Russia. They are simply produced by local factories. Right, Hunts? Yeah, that's the thing with supermarkets that's very misunderstood outside of Russia is the percentage of Russian-made and produced and sold goods. It's very high, the percentage, versus imported things or produced. Even if I look at Australia, if I look at Perth, there's very, very, very little things that are even produced in Perth, let alone in Australia. So things have to just come over longer distances to get here. 178 likes. Wow. Thank you. Many fly to nearby countries or use intermediary countries to open accounts. Right, Lenny, yes. Yeah, my neighbor basically did the trip twice in the car, and both times he was literally there for the banking and in and out. He wasn't there more than a few hours. He did 6 hours drive there to the bank and 6 hours back. Thank you. Sorry, I keep saying thank you a lot, but do you have... Take care, everyone. Oh, thank you, Sam. Got to grab some food from the store, so thank you again, Russell. No worries. Yes, it's 8:47. So if you're still in Russia at 8:47 at night, you can still go to the stores till pretty much 10 p.m. So depending on which store you go to, but 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. The stores are open till, so you can still kind of head on down there. Do they have Cracker Barrel in Russia? No, Michelle, we don't. No. Got Subway. Pizza Hut's changed names now. It's like a weird name for Pizza Hut. Subway's still here. There is a Sabora pizza at one of the shopping centers that I've been to. Sabora. You can get... what's the ice cream company? There's one of the ice cream companies. Anyway, that's here as well. I suggest subscribers take pictures of their stores at home and send them to Russell. Make a video from the cuts. Yeah, there was a lady in America that did that, and that's how a lot of people got recommended to my channel as well. She walked in one of the Aldis in America, and she pointed out the difference with what I compared here when I did the Dar supermarket video. It's not about me on the channel. Contact on... Oh, okay, there you go. I'll be missing when my saved up stock runs out. Is San Pellegrino water? They stopped importing it since 2022. Wow, since April. San Pellegrino. I'm pretty sure that if I go to Food City here in Moscow, which is the big, huge wholesale food market, they've got San Pellegrino there somewhere. Papa John's is pretty good, yes. Yeah, Papa John's. That's here as well, right? But I think have they changed ownership now, or they've handed over to kind of local management. Oh, everyone's saying good. Oh, yeah, thank you, Neil. Bye, everybody from India. Yes. Australia's great cricketing nemesis is India. We have a lot of rivalry with India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, obviously New Zealand, England. Yes. Oh, that's pretty cool. I've got this donation alerts. I've got it set up too that it tells you when someone subscribes to the channel, which is interesting. Yeah, Papa John's is overpriced. Yeah, they've actually got TGI Fridays here as well. They've got them in a few different places, or Fridays, I think they call them. I'm not sure if they've named them as just Fridays because of the fact that the company changed hands. But yeah, TGI Fridays. Are you planning to move back to Australia, Lenny? In the short term now, no. Now, no. My wife obviously wants to at some point because the problem is you kind of miss hot weather, and you've got hot weather over there, then you miss cold weather. It's kind of hard. There's a lot of, if you write a list of pros and cons of the two different countries, they come out very even over time, over the course of writing the pros and cons, so it's kind of a difficult thing to answer because we're kind of comfortable here. We're not, comfortable in terms of where we live, the town we live in. We really like this building that we're in. We like the convenience of the town that's nearby. There's a lot of things that we like about this place. I mean, the fact that if you go outside now, it's -3, feels like -10. It's a reason to go back to Australia, right? But you talk a lot about the way things look in Russian supermarkets. But what do you think of the quality of the products? A lot of cheeses and dairy products are completely inedible and are detrimental. Yeah, my wife would probably be the easiest person to answer that. She doesn't like a lot of... Yeah, that's the one thing my wife misses from Australia is cheese, and tasty cheese, and nice cheese, enjoyable cheese, whatever the word is. Yeah, my wife definitely mentions that a lot, that the quality of some things here aren't as good, especially like you say about dairy products. And that's purely because of the sanctions going back 7, 8, 9 years or more. I don't know how long exactly, but where there was just less availability of European products. And then a lot of, with the sanctions, kind of a lot of the production moved inside Russia. And like you're saying there about dairy products, it's just not the same quality. Not necessarily the quality of the production process, but it's just the ingredients to make them. No, I agree with that completely, Alexander. Thank you. Yeah, I don't point it out a lot because I don't tend to do a lot of the shopping. I eat very basically. I don't really like all the fancy things. I mean, you've got how many choices of every brand and product in the store. I don't really like a lot of the things I see in the store. Someone mentioned in a comment, I see you shopping in all the stores, but you don't buy anything. I'm carrying my camera around. It's hard to carry more things. I tend to buy something at the last store on the way home. Maybe not necessarily where I'm filming. So thank you for your videos. You speak English so clearly just for learning English. Thank you, Sebastian. That's very nice of you. Dumpling abroad. Hello. Yes. I love Russian sushi. I tried them in Europe, but the difference is too big. Yeah, sushi is good here. I think there's a bit of a freshness thing with the sushi. I think that's kind of where it boils down to for me, that a lot of the sushi places you go to, they're literally making it in the store. I mean, okay, you can go to supermarkets and get packaged sushis, but they make them as well locally. Like in the supermarkets, they've got a guy making it and packaging it up and putting it right there for sale. Where are we here? Sorry. Someone lived in Belarus until 2001. I kind of missed the weather, and your videos are sort of a reminiscent trip for me. Yeah, once I go in, I think I'm pretty sure someone said it was a couple of days ago, the one in Moscow opened the Christmas markets, but I thought it was meant to be tomorrow was their first day. And my wife was saying that the 27th or today or tomorrow is like their date set for having Christmas and New Year kind of decorations up around the place. Actually, milk products are much better in Russia than in most countries. They're terrible in places like Uzbekistan and Asian countries. That's interesting. Good to see you again here. Thank you, Mac. Hello, by the way. Now, have you used the Yandex food service? Here is the name. I know about Yandex Food. We, honestly, my wife and I, she does lots of shopping for wild berries and ozone. They've just put a wild berries pickup in our building downstairs. That kind of downstairs -1 shops in our apartment building. It was empty for ages and ages, and then now there's a wild berries. So my wife's happy. She can pick up stuff locally, closer than walking. But I've never done the Yandex Food delivery. I know you can order from supermarkets and get it delivered here. I like to walk in them and go in them, and it doesn't bother me to walk. How far is it? 5 minutes walk over to Magnit, Pitorichka, Dixie. Pretty much 5-7 minutes walk, and I've got 3 supermarkets. So it doesn't worry about me doing delivery. The cost of food in the stores has increased 13% in the US. Ironically, the cost of gas has gone down. Yeah, then there's a lot of... The thing is, in America and North America generally, there's a lot of gas and oil and production, but they tend to store it or export it, and everybody's like, why is the price of gas so high? But yet they've got in Alaska and even in Canada, well, Canada is not America, but there's a big supply of gas and oil. How about Tinkoff Bank? Yes, I have Sberbank. Yeah, Tinkoff is kind of the one that it's like the trendy kind of young person's kind of bank account, right? Tinkoff. When I was in Russia, food wasn't so nice. My eyes were bigger than my belly. I wanted everything. Yes, that's very true. So many choices. Yeah, I'm waiting on flights will start. You can get flights here. You can fly with Turkish Airlines from Europe. Emirates flies here. Oh, hello from Omsk. Sua Luyovov says hello from Omsk. Hello. English in the chat. Yeah, if you can. Yeah, Perry Crossstock is one of my favorite stores that has low prices of products. They can be forgiven for having the appearance of a warehouse. Perry Crossstocks are getting much nicer now. They had the warehouse chain was Carousel, but then they're changing them or they're closing them and they're going more with Perikrostoks. There is the other warehouse one. They've got the Metro, which is kind of the membership card version, which is warehouse style. And then Lenta have super Lentas as well. Are Russian drivers as dangerous as they seem on YouTube videos? Yes, Charles. Absolutely. Oh, Charles Anna. Are you Anna Charles or Charles Anna? Sorry. 100% they are, yes. I could probably put them... That's why there's so many of them on YouTube. The Russian car drivers. Yes, it's absolutely... That's not people looking for videos from years. That's... Any video you're watching is probably from 3 days of footage. Completely agree with that. Depending on the city. That's correct. Yeah, depending on where you are. I mean, the problem you've got is there's a lot of, obviously, Russians here. But then there's a lot of people that are from other CIS countries. And I just don't think that they learnt to drive properly. Or not necessarily they don't follow the road rules, because I think everybody sometimes doesn't follow the road rules, but it's difficult for everybody to drive correctly. Trying to do keto is impossible. Russian and Belarus are so good, yes. Jay, by the way, my friend Ben put a second video on his channel. If anyone watched the video on the channel of the shopping with a New Zealander with Ben, he's set up his own YouTube channel now, and it's called Kiwi Ketovore. That's a lot to say, Kiwi Ketovore. And he's just put his second video on his channel. Better food than in the US. There's no Domino's or pizza in Ekaterinburg. One location of each open for a while, but they are nothing like their counterparts in the US, so they quickly closed. Yeah, I think the few Pizza Huts here, I think they've changed names. Yeah, there's not many. I think Dodo kind of crushes them in terms of how many locations they have. And you can get pizza in so many fast food, the food halls in the shopping centers here. So Domino's and Pizza brand is not as dominant because you can get pizza at another place that sells other foods. And there's pizza even on other restaurant and cafe menus. How do you like marketplace delivery service in Russia? What is the difference, for example, with the Australian Amazon? Yeah, I honestly don't do a lot of online shopping. I bought the camera through Avito, which is kind of like a marketplace because this company's not shipping to Russia. My wife uses Wildberries all the time, mostly for her work things, for her nail salon. Rather than her traveling across Moscow to buy things, it's easier for her to order it online and get it delivered locally. So yeah, it's amazing the delivery services that are available here, and it's very advanced technologically, and also the speed of delivery here as well. And you can get same-day delivery, 2-hour delivery, next-day delivery. In Australia, it's way behind like that. It's like it's going to get delivered, but a lot of the reliance on the delivery in Australia is if it's going through the Australia Post system, it just takes days and days and weeks, and it's business days, not actual days. So weekends don't count for deliveries. Do you think you can do a video of you putting up your Christmas tree? Scott, we could. Yeah, I did that when we were in our other apartment. I did like one of those time lapses, but I guess I could add it into a video somehow. Absolutely. With all that's happening, right? Is there a sense of doom and gloom? Is there more of a feeling of unity and division? That's really, I think if there's Russians watching, I think it's not, everyone has their own opinion of it. And when you talk about it with other people, like yesterday I went out for lunch with friends, right? And we probably didn't, barring about 5 minutes of our entire lunch, and we had some beers and we relaxed, probably out of 5 minutes out of 3 or 4 hours, we were probably there 3 or 4 hours, we didn't talk about what's going on in the news. Literally didn't. We talked about everything else. We were laughing and joking about all sorts of things all day. And it just doesn't come up in conversation. Doom and gloom because it's winter, not doom and gloom because of events happening. It gets dark very early here, like 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, even earlier. Doesn't get light till 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Russia's so big. It doesn't feel that everybody's in the same place here. Even from where people are mentioning where they're from in Australia, in Russia, sorry, everyone's so far away from each other. Whereas in Perth, I felt people were closer. Like we lived closer. We were closer to each other, driving wise and geographically. Hello from Seattle, El Fuego. Hello. As a Yandex food courier, I will say that work is for strong people who are able to carry heavy products in the bags. Hunts, yes. Yeah, it's kind of those backpacks that those guys wear, and then they go on the electric bikes, where they've got the battery taped on them, and the older bikes. And then in summer, you'll see them sometimes on the scooters doing it. You see them coming in the metro, even going between stations. Isn't driving 5 points for a pedestrian? Yeah. 10 for a cyclist, double if you use the doors. Feels like that walking through London at least. Yes. Yeah, I just feel sorry for, people who get hurt, get hit, killed, get hit, get injured from car accidents and crossing roads. And when you see these videos that people talking about, because it can be prevented. I mean, not all road safety can be prevented, but yeah, it's not good really, though. So many people out and driving like idiots. Watch out for parking lots. People park out of parking space without looking. Yes. Oh, people in the north of Russia drive more carefully. Oh, hello, Nelly, by the way. Nothing in the air except snow. Right. It's not snowing here tonight. I always look down at the street lights, and you can always see the snow in the reflection of the street lights. Everything else is just one big illusion. Russ, life is all about love and memories. Yeah, creating memories. That's what we always say on the cruise ships. Create memories. Hello, everybody from Monday. Oh, how are you all doing Sunday? Russia, several time zones. It does. Elena Lesna. Hello. Hello from Samara. Oh, everyone's around now. Lacey's, hi, Lena. Having breakfast here in New Zealand. I'm curious now how many my friend has subscribers and how his channel is going. He's doing keto carnivore diet. So I wonder what he's got 13 subscribers from his 2 videos that he published, which is actually a big feat to have 13 subscribers. And his recent video had 17 views and 2 comments. Yeah, if anyone wants to follow him, I don't know if I can I get his video? This is his latest video. Where is oh, there it is. Oh, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. I can post in the channel. Anyone wants to follow Ben, the New Zealand guy that was in one of my videos? My wife told me today that our neighbor in the building here, we've house-sitted their cat when she goes away. And she said that she really likes Ben. I don't know if Ben's wife would be happy about that, but she's watched that video and watched his new video. I think there's a bit of a love. People like Ben. Trying to trick Russell to curse. Oh, I'm in Miami now. Sorry, I'm reading backwards in the comments. It's funny that Russian brands have left, foreign brands have left, and some Chinese brands have taken their place. I don't seem to notice that too much, like Chinese brands have come. There was this whole thing initially, I guess talking about this year, that, Indian brands and Chinese brands would take over everything, but I don't seem to notice it like I thought that would be the case. How do speeding fines compare in Perth? Yes. What was the fine I got? I was doing 80 in a 70 zone, and it was $200. 8,000 rubles fine for doing about 12 or 13 Ks over the limit. And then I think it was 2 demerit points. I don't know how many demerit points it was, but they just basically, he almost, if I could have paid with my card on the spot, I would have done, but he gives you he's got like looks like an ATM machine, like for processing the receipt for you to go pay at the post office. Yeah, that was my one time in my life I got stopped for speeding. So I guess I said to the guy, I said, look, it's my first time speeding. I said, it's got to happen eventually, And Katie Lee, hello, what's up? Hello from Montreal, Canada. Oh, nice. Oh, some poutine fries would be very nice. Do you have poutine in Canada? You have poutine in Canada, in Montreal, of course you do. I've been to Quebec on the cruise ships, by the way. We docked in Quebec. It was very nice. Montmorency Falls, I think was the name of the place we saw. Or from Yakutia, the diamond capital of Russia. It's now Monday, 3 o'clock in the morning. Wow. Hello, by the way. Lena Lesna. Congrats, Russell, by the way. What's your take on chemtrails in Russia? Are you familiar with this topic? I think you're talking about the ones from the aeroplanes. Chemtrails. I'm not probably too familiar with the topic. It's been very cloudy for the last... I've not seen the sky for the last... I don't know. I would say a week. So I'm pretty sure blue skies are gone now for the next month or two. All right, guys, we're going to end up going for, what are we at? 12 more minutes. Okay, 12 more minutes we're going to do the live stream for. So, because now I need to have something to eat. I need to we spent about an hour before the live stream setting up the live stream. So it kind of is even longer than it started out to be. In December months, there will be polar lights, time without rising the sun. That would be cool. Yeah, that's right. Polar lights, polar nights. Got anyone from the Netherlands? Thanks, Russell, for all your good videos. Enjoy them. Thank you. Yeah, the last video of the GUM department store hasn't done as well as I thought it would, viewing-wise. But I've tried to move away from the, sanctions titling. I've tried to move away from that. So I'm hoping that over time that people will notice that. It's obviously difficult to, completely, if I'm going to do shops and supermarkets and shopping center kind of videos, to do that titling. If I go in an empty shopping center after how many months after sanctions. And I'm noticing on other English-speaking YouTubers are doing it. It's almost like copying, and they're kind of trying to create sensationalism by doing that. I mean, I never set out to do that in my channel whatsoever. But I was thinking that that last video will have done better. I mean, I don't know how many views it's on now. Let's have a look. It's definitely... Oh, the thumbnail looks really good, by the way. Oh, 53,000 subscribers. Celebration as well. That was another thing that... which is kind of... It was kind of hovering on 52,000 for a long time. And then it kind of jumped over very quickly today, actually. I guess everyone was watching videos on a Sunday. I think that must be a thing around the world. Everyone watches or catches up on YouTube on a Sunday. Let's see... Oh, it's kind of a bit more now. 29,800 views. So it says it's about the same as usual for views, that video. Because it gives you kind of averages. Yeah, I'll actually do another video for sure, just walking in the Christmas markets there where the ice skating is and the markets. Because you can just walk around there and it's very, very beautiful with the lights on there and the tree on and things like that. Just watched Canada lose to Croatia. Thought I would quickly drop in. Yeah, I've not seen any World Cup for 2 days in a row now, Guy. Oh, actually, Canada was playing Australia. Oh, what happened? Australia were playing Canada in the tennis. Oh, and Canada won. Canada captures Davis Cup finals crown. Yes, Australia were in the final for the first time in a lot of years for tennis, Davis Cup. It's country versus country. And this is kind of they're calling it the golden age for Canadian tennis because it's probably the best couple of years in forever that Canada's had a great kind of team of Canadian tennis players. So yeah, we didn't beat Canada in the tennis. So I guess you got something to celebrate, Guy, if you want to celebrate in reverse celebration. What time is it? Did I miss Azumat's live? Did I mention Azumat doing a super chat? Thank you. I just noticed on the other screen there. I think I mentioned it. Geoengineering is chemtrails. Maybe I definitely don't know it. I love that last video. Thank you, Toad Possum. Yes. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful place. I mean, it was very busy walking around there, and I got stopped a few times by people wanting to chat to me. And I kind of, every time I got stopped, I kind of lost my train of thought because I kind of chatted to them. I was, we're having a very friendly conversation. And when I go filming, I kind of have a bit of a plan. I want to walk here, walk there, walk up here. And I got kind of distracted quite a few times. I mean, I guess that's the popularity of what I'm doing. I will get noticed, So, Здравствуйте. There's a in Russian name here. I can't read in the Russian name, but it's got flowers in your icon. Hello. Russell, when you feel your next video will come out soon, Scott. I've got 2 that I've got to do and make and publish this week, this next few days. And today I've been lazy not doing it because I've had to film it in 2 different places. So I was in St. Petersburg and I filmed in Moscow, and now I've got to figure out putting them together. And I've asked 2 people to help me who do not editing, but they've got YouTube channels with really nice videos, and both of them said they're busy. So I'm a little bit kind of miffed that I couldn't get someone to help me do it. Now this faster chat. Goblin was a great video. Thank you, Jay. Most important ingredient in cooking is love. In America, food is more of a necessity, whereas Europeans tend to appreciate their meals more. And that's true. I guess when I was cruising out of Texas and New Orleans, that was a big deal. Love from New Jersey. USA Sandy, great channel. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. That's very Sandra. Sorry. Or Sandy, whichever one. Thank you very much. I don't have any museums where I live here. No, immediately where I live, we've got the Palace of Culture, which almost all towns or towns in Russia have a culture center, but it's got it's not even got a museum in there really. It's got a few walls with some pictures and things like that on there. Museums would really be all in Moscow. Missed a bit of chat. Oh. Hello, Russell. Are you going to celebrate New Year in Russia? Yes. Probably at a friend's house somewhere. My wife doesn't really like crowds in Moscow center. Even if we go walking around, she doesn't like it always. So I don't think she'll want to brave seeing the fireworks. I'm not 100% sure what they've got planned yet. There was a bit of a talk that they were going to do a pared back version this year. So, Nunachicia says, greetings, and he's very happy that you are showing the life in Russia objectively. Thank you. Yes, thanks. Nanushtastia. I think I've got that completely wrong. Hello. Oh, spasiba. I think that's spasiba. Thank you, Russell, and the chat. Nice to meet you all. Have to take the dogs out. Oh, Benita, thank you. Thank you, by the way. Thank you to all regular people, and I'm guessing we're slowly getting a bit more of a regular audience. Yes. Is there a lot of buffets in Russia? No, not really. There's canteens. Buffets in terms of all-you-can-eat food, they don't really have here. They have canteens or stolovas, which is kind of like a canteen food where you get a tray and you put the food on your tray as you go down the line, and then you pay at the end and sit down. There is some places that are basically fixed price menu, so you can go to one that's everything on the menu is 200 rubles, or everything on the menu is 300 rubles. They've got that kind of thing, but buffets like that Chinese buffet in Galveston, Texas that I went to. Oh my God. I would kill to have Chinese buffet. I don't think it would work here. People wouldn't sort of understand the concept of the all-you-can-eat thing. They'd eat and just leave, and that's it, not sit there and eat more. So, Smile, thank you for the heart. I got not speak English. No worries. Thanks for your videos. You're a great man. Hope to see you in Globus, in Kuzna Itochka. Thank you, Serge. I think, sorry for thinking, that I'm sure that people do notice me filming but don't say anything or don't come up to me, or the couple that I met in the GUM video, they kind of thought that at some point they would see me somewhere, and it was kind of fate that I crossed paths with them, right? Charles, I don't listen to any Russian music. Sorry. What are your thoughts on Russian music? I don't have any thoughts on it. Really, my medicine, where in other countries with advice from a doctor, they allow you to sell. Right. Yeah, pretty much most Antekas here you can go into and, like you say, with advice, buy things or tell them what you want to buy. It's a rainy day here in New York. Oh, blogging trucker. Yes, I'm about to get off the live stream in 3 more minutes. Thanks for posting a comment if you just joined or you were watching. Sorry, longer. I need a drink. I'm getting thirsty. I have to go now. Have a great night, evening, wherever you live. Thank you to the mods. Yeah, Janice, thank you for watching. I guess I'm going to wind down here as well and leave everybody to do their thing today, Saturday. Well, Sunday or Monday now, depending where you are. Jay says, thanks. Sometimes I'm tired of housework. Oh, you guys are talking to each other. Sorry, I thought I was reading something else. Sorry. Oh, Keto Ketovore is here. Morning, Russell. How about a video at Cafe Pushkin? I'm sure people would find that fascinating. Keto Ketovore is here. I've just mentioned your channel to everybody, and I posted a link a little bit earlier about your channel. Perhaps people don't approach you because they think you're a spy, Rochelle. Oh, Rochelle's here as well. Hello. Yeah, I guess they probably don't realize what I'm filming. I guess they don't realize that I'm just filming a shop or filming somewhere and talking about it. And I asked the guys, the security guys at my local Rinok here, the food market, where we go almost every second day. And the guy recognized me from my old video from a few years ago. He's worked there probably years. And he's like, yeah, no worries, no problems, no problems. Michelle, thank you. Russell, yes. And Dumpling Abroad. It's nice that we've got a bit of a community around the videos here and the live streams. Have a good night. Yes, I'm going to leave right on time. How's that sound? So thank you, everybody. Actually, there was one. Where was that? Oh, let me just scroll here. Another anonymous. Whoever, anonymous can be anonymous, right? But 6 minutes ago, thank you for the donation alert. Anonymous. You can put donation alert, and I guess you don't have to put anything in the description or your name to send donation alerts. So thank you if you're doing that, by the way. And if people do super thanks on videos, I do tend to pin them as the top comment in a video. So thank you if anyone is doing those sorts of things. Yes, 241, mine's 240 likes. And we gained 2 new channel members. Yeah, if anyone's a channel member, see if you can do the unique emojis. Try that and see if you can get the Coca-Cola bottle. Nelly, Jay, Keto, or Ben. I think that's all of you guys at the same place here. See if the unique emojis work. There's only two that are there, though. So there's one that's a ship and one that's a Coca-Cola bottle. So I guess you've got to somehow... Can you see those two? You can do those in the chat. There are 4. Oh, thanks, Russell, for your good time. Thank you, Scott. No one in Russia thinks in terms of spies. No. Will you be showing Barvika store? Barvika? What's Barvika stores? Is that a shop? Barvika. No, it's food, Barvika, isn't it? What am I thinking? Search the word for Barvika. It's a village. Oh, that's the luxury village in Odinsovsky district of Moscow. Yeah, the health resort of the president of Russia. Do you reckon they're going to let me film there? Do you think? I think in the snow it won't look as obvious with me walking around, and the white, everything kind of looks white here with all the snow everywhere. Yes, it's still on my list of places to go to. Where is Kvass? No Kvass. I don't have any Kvass even in the house. I've got my... Oh. You know what I need to do? I need to flip my camera so it's the other way, because it's gone in the mirror image of the camera. So I'm always going to the opposite side of the camera. Yeah, I'd like to see them. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's kind of a luxury shopping village. So imagine, you can imagine it how you like, but it's a luxury shopping village. Oh, Keto kind of, there you go. The Coca-Cola bottles are working. Thank you. And I will try and, Baikal, yes. Tasty. Oh, Kvass Baikal. Oh. Look at that. They work. Hey, everybody. Catch you next time. Thank you. I'm out of here. Thanks for the thumbs ups, likes, watch another video. Thanks again for donation alerts. If you might do them afterwards, I don't know. I'm sure somebody will do them at some point randomly. I tend to get the Sberbank ones that come to my phone bank. I tend to get them quite randomly as well. And I appreciate that. Of course, it helps the channel, helps the fact that I'm doing this while I'm living here in Russia. And it keeps my wife out of my hair a little bit longer, which little hair that I've got left, because she'd want me to go and get a job, basically. So, yes. Thank you. If you guys want to chat anymore, if you join the Telegram channel, Traveling with Russell channel on Telegram, then if you post a comment on a post, there's a Traveling with Russell chat group, and people chat there, and I reply to chat there as well. Bye, everybody. Catch you next time. Thank you, Lacey. Chernogolovka, yes. Chernogolovka is kind of the beneficiary of Coke and Pepsi if they've left Russia, you know. I say it like this. Kiti Kitavor here will say this a lot about when we did those walkarounds about all the brands that we found that we think of left and they weren't really not available. I like them both. Good night, everyone. I don't want to get Russell in trouble with his wife. Yeah, she's not home yet, but she said about 9:30, which is about 4 minutes from now. So there's my camera. You guys want to see out the window? And then back to me. I cannot wait to come to Russia and meet all the people off the channel. Yes, that would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Runs to join Telegram. Yeah, Telegram's an app similar to WhatsApp. Very, very popular in Europe, in Russia, everywhere. Actually, around the world, it's well known. You're more than welcome to find the group there. Australian team won the group. the game not so long ago. Do you watch the World Cup? I've been watching. I went yesterday when I was out for lunch. Was exactly when Australia was playing. And if you look at the photo on the post yesterday, I was wearing my Australia shirt in honor of that. So, yes. Dumpling Abroad. I like this channel name, Dumpling Abroad. So anyone, check out some other videos. Ketovore. He has his channel, a couple of videos up. If anyone wants to comment on his videos. I already have it. I meant more to join the channel. Okay. Holodiets. Lena, let me just hold on. I'm not going to leave for 1 second more now. Now I'm just going to move the chat away. The chat away so I can see the camera. Where is the camera gone? I should probably do the tracking for this so it tracks. But my wife has this. I think this is the. My wife has this one in the fridge here. If that's what you're talking about. I don't plan to try it because I just don't really like this meat in jelly. I think that's what we're talking about. So yes. And thanks for liking my channel name. Yes, no, it's interesting. I like how people are creative with that. Especially if they're planning to use it as a YouTube channel. I love channel. Right, it's perfect, right? Exactly. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Where's my camera so I can make sure I'm looking at you guys? I feel that I'm just, the camera is, you see my track, now you can see my kitchen here. Oh, it switched off. What happened? You see this? You can see the view here out the window. Just. All right, end stream. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.